Hey, welcome to the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. My name is Len, a.k.a. Len. And as always, I'm joined by my partner.
Hey, this is Vincent Williams.
Well,
well, it's here. That's what Lynn said. Just that's why we're laughing. I said May, huh? Lynn said, well, it's here.
It's what you've been waiting for.
Yeah, here we go.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
That's right. This is the time of year, the annual time of year, where the men of Micheaux get together to answer that question that is on each and every one of the missionaries' lips. May I have another bad black movie?
Yes. You remember at the end of Midsummer, spoiler, where they have the ritual and kill the guy, and also at the end of Wicker Man, spoiler, when they set the dude on fire. It's like their yearly tribute to the old gods.
Yeah, that's what this is.
This is our tribute to the old gods.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either that or tie Lynn up in a wooden man and set him on fire.
Why are we automatically tying me up?
Because you're the one that want to worship the old gods.
Yeah, but if you tie me up, the show can't get done.
But we'll have crops for the rest of the year.
But everyone will feast.
Everyone will feast for the rest of the year. For the year. Well, people, the white girls will come out and do dances with the ribbons. I've never actually seen Midsummer, but I know the plot.
Me neither.
And I assume it ends. When I read the plot, I said, oh, that's Wicker Man.
Yes.
That's what you get going with them small-ass villages in England. You're going to get Wicker Man'd. Because they worship the old gods.
Yes. You know, the funny thing is, that might have been a more pleasant time at the theater.
More pleasant already. And I'm glad I said this now, because otherwise I'd have been sitting there for 2 hours and 9 minutes thinking about Wicker Man. A much better film
than the one we have for you tonight.
Right.
As we sit down to review Vincent's selection for our first stop in May in 2026.
Big Black Huckabuck and Kindly White People.
Or The Blind Side from 2009, a film that stars Sandra Bullock, Tim McGraw. Let's see, who else is in this?
Quentin Thomas?
Quentin Aaron.
Aaron as Blindside.
As Michael Orr. A true to life-ish story.
Blindside? I know you don't understand numbers and letters, but these people are your family. Protect them from those people.
Come here, Oompa Loomp. This Oompa Loomp.
Right. Abstract concepts are too much for your small Negro brain. I will use small words and hand gestures. Gestures. That's hand moves.
There you go. Watch my hands.
Not the balloons. Blindside. Don't get distracted by the bright colors. Your simple Negro brain, I know it is difficult. I'm sorry, hard.
Okay.
I ain't never did had no bed before. How many of these here rolls can I eat? Can I have all the rolls I want?
Hold up. He's not Annie from Imitation.
But you remember he was stealing the rolls?
I saw.
So Lynn, when he was collecting the popcorn.
I know.
Was he eating the popcorn?
See, I'm so glad they didn't show that, because that's what you thought. Because he didn't even want to drop any.
Right.
He started to drop, so it was like, no.
What is?
Because I expected.
I said, is he eating?
And then he goes, first of all, then he goes to the laundromat. He's only got 2 shirts.
Right.
And he's washing the shirt in the sink.
Right, after the one of many mean black women glared at him.
So I expected him then to reach into his plastic bag.
Right. And eat some of the popcorn
Eat some of the popcorn.
Eat some of the popcorn he had found. I said, that's a damn shame Blindside got to eat people's popcorn.
Maybe he was taking some to radio.
Do not give these white people any ideas.
God.
They will set up a Godzilla versus King
radio.
Kong situation. It'll be radio and Blindside versus words. This y'all jam now.
Oh.
It's like Wicker Man.
Okay.
They gonna Wicker Man us all month. It's like Wicker Man.
Yes, that's coming up for you a little later tonight on the show.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so funny. Where are we going? But first, let's hear from you. Or your emails that we like to call
Missives from the Missionaries.
What's going on, Lynn?
We have emails, Vincent.
Ooh, missives from the missionaries. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, missives from the missionaries.
All right. Vincent, missives from the missionaries. We have an email from Michael Lockett.
Hey, Michael.
Len, Vince, and my fellow missionaries, we have now entered the month most of us love to hate that we love, Mother May I.
See, Michael's has on like a pretty dress and is doing the ribbons and he's dancing around us. Because I'm pretty sure somebody gets Wicker Man at the end of Midsummer.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. It's funny that you mentioned pretty dress because I have found...
Oh, yeah, it's chaotic. This is what y'all get. Y'all want Mother May I? It's going to be chaotic.
I have found my new Downton Abbey.
Which is?
This show on PBS called The Forsytes.
Okay.
It is about I'm pretty sure they're in I believe they're in the 1700s.
Okay.
Very rich family. No, not 1700s. There must be 1800s.
Okay.
1800s, very powerful British family that is, and it's just dealing with the intrigue in their life.
Okay.
Like the marriages and affairs and, children out of wedlock and all this
Sure,
stuff.
sure.
And it doesn't even go like downstairs to like all the butlers and
sure.
stuff. But it's just really just a period soap opera.
Sure.
But it's like period clothing and
Now is this post Downton Abbey? Is this a new show?
It's a new show.
Okay.
It's a new show because it's only been one season. And
Okay.
It's British, so it's only 6 episodes.
Right, but it is informed by the success of Downton Abbey.
I would have to think so. It's not
Okay.
the same people.
No, I get it.
Because they're doing the Gilded Age, which is on HBO.
Which I was going to ask you, how do you feel about the Gilded Age?
Oh, I love the Gilded Age.
You love the Gilded Age, okay?
I absolutely adore the Gilded Age.
Yeah. Wendy's all in on the Gilded Age.
Yes? Oh, Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy, we have to talk.
Yeah. Old-timey fancy black people.
Right.
See, Wendy likes the old-timey fancy black people.
Which is great because this
It's like evil Claire Huxtable is on there.
Oh, dude.
I know.
Dude,
I
let me
know.
tell you.
Through osmosis, I hear all about fancy black people in the Gilded Age.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right, Forsyth is great. But the Gilded Age, Felicia Rashad.
Yeah, evil Claire Huxtable.
On the Gilded Age is not to be fucked with.
Yeah.
She is a beast on that show.
Yeah.
And what I love about that show, especially this most recent season, which I believe was either the third or the fourth season, is because it really expanded even more into the Black life.
Yeah, I heard this was the Black season.
Yeah, there's a lot more Black people on the show, and the things that they are dealing with. While there is like they can't help but be a little bit informed by race because of the time.
Right. And it's actually in New York, right?
Right.
It's actually in America. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. But so it's informed by race, but it's not about race necessarily.
Sure.
All the things they're getting into. Like it actually, they are allowed to have loves and careers and struggles and everything like that. It is, and people that built themselves up from the bootstraps, and there's a little bit of colorism.
I hear again, Evil Claire Huxtable.
Oh my God! Yeah, but Evil Claire Huxtable, she's no joke. But the one who gets right with her is badass Audra McDonald.
Yeah.
Audra McDonald is not.
It's not my thing. I just don't really do people, but I've heard nothing but good things about the Gilded Age. I wondered it. All right, but you also have the Forsyte.
The Forsyte, and the Forsyte is good.
Okay,
but and I say that takes the place of Downton Abbey because it is white.
Right,
people.
it's British.
Right, and it is British.
Sure,
but the Gilded Age is by the makers of
Downton Abbey. Okay,
Julian Fellows. He's the creator of this, and the other like major voice in there is Sally Richardson.
Yes.
So it's become a formidable director and now producer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah. I can't get enough of the Gilded Age.
Okay.
All
right.
Pretty
dresses.
Yes.
Pretty dresses. But Michael, right.
So
Michael's going right. Go ahead. He's enjoying the Wicker Man.
Yes. Last week's flick, Destination Planet Negro, had me hyped. I never heard of this flick and was amped to watch it. It started strong and it has a great premise and a stylized look. The longer the film went, however, the more my infatuation faded. The stylized look began to look, for lack of a better word, cheap. As I finished it, I thought this could have been so much better as a limited series on Netflix. The arcs and character development needed more time to cook, in my opinion. I feel him on it would be fun as a series to like really flesh things out. But as we noted, I think the look that it was going for, I think actually was in part to have the feel of the 50s movies, which is definitely like the genre that they were trying to lampoon a little bit in the film. But I also think not just the 50s series, but like even TV of that time.
Oh, 100%.
You know? Because I definitely watching it. Another reason why I was thinking that it was British, because it brought to mind the early days of Doctor Who,
right?
Which had that same type of aesthetic,
right?
You know,
right.
So, but he continues.
Okay.
I side-eyed Mr. Peabody after he asked me to get the F out of the Wayback Machine and meet you two as you critiqued Deep Cover.
Oh, so good.
I'm not saying I would do it, but ain't nobody above an ass kicking, including that bespeckled dog. That said, I'm glad I got bounced because Deep Cover is a good film. I think a lot of people forget about Larry Fishburne is in it. He's putting in work. I think Jeff Goldblum drags this down. Just his cadence keeps pulling me out of the flow of the film. I guess I can only take Goldblum in small, specific doses. You know what, Jeff? I like Jeff Goldblum.
He's a taste.
But he is a taste. And sometimes in particular things, it's like, Jeff, you like...
I really like him in Deep Cover.
I think he's good in Deep Cover, though.
Really like him in Deep
His
Cover.
offbeatness works.
Right.
It works very well in there. Michael continues. Now, one quick thing before a question for you two. Vince.
Yes.
Here are the films I showed my son around 10 years old.
Okay.
Don't judge.
Okay.
The Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Okay.
The Thing.
I'm telling you.
They Live.
Okay, They Live. Yeah.
And The Terminator.
Okay.
He's dying to see Alien and Aliens, but the little brother is busy. I can't get him or my wife to watch Jaws or The Godfather.
Oh.
Well, okay. I still think that, and all praise to your son, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
But I still contend that The Thing, it might be
it's still too much.
maybe a little bit too intense for the average 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, if you think your 10-year-old can take it,
No.
then fine.
No.
But They Live and The Terminator, I think you can get away.
I like those.
Yeah,
I like those. We're definitely in the next few weeks. Well, certainly when summer comes,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be doing
Alien and Aliens. What do you think about Alien? Because Alien's slow, but
Alien is slow.
but it does have the one scene.
Yeah. I actually think Alien would bore a 10-year-old.
I think so too.
Like, and then it'd horrify him. Like, I'm bored
Mm-hmm.
for 40 minutes. I'm terrified for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off kilter for 5 minutes after that 30 seconds.
And now I'm back to board.
And now I'm bored again.
Yeah.
Aliens is surprisingly slowly paced too.
Yeah.
Like once it hits, but it takes a surprisingly long time to hit.
But I don't find it as it takes a long time, but I don't find it as potentially boring
No.
as
No.
the first one.
No.
I think it's more just it's slowly ratcheting up.
Yeah.
In Aliens.
Yeah.
But what do you think about for 10-year-old? What your 10-year-old?
I think you'd be bored by both of them.
By both of them.
I told you Jurassic Park bored them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm curious. Has he watched any of the Godzilla films with you?
No. And they were on the list.
There you go.
But like regular Godzilla, not sad Godzilla.
No,
That's
not
just-
Shin Godzilla.
That's just for me and Camille.
Yes,
We're gonna
not
watch
Shin
sad
Godzilla.
Yeah.
But I think the Godzilla of the Monarch universe,
Yeah.
he might be able to get into that.
Yeah.
And then that gets you into Kong Skull Island
Yeah.
and Godzilla versus Kong. And it's nothing better than
I
Godzilla
know.
versus Kong.
The funny thing, my 21-year-old, just saying that out loud sounds crazy.
I know.
Because of Michael, there have been these clips going around of the Black Dynamite episode.
Oh, Chamon.
She's never actually seen Black Dynamite nor the Black Dynamite cartoon. So that's going to be our project in the next. Cause,
Is she interested?
Oh yeah, because the semester's wrapping up, so we're going to be watching Black Dynamite.
Now, okay, I'm curious because I don't know her taste big time. Do you think that she will make it through the film?
Maybe not the film, because I think the film really is so like you have to have this sort of
You have to have
knowledge of the right, but I think she'll love the cartoon.
Oh, she'll love the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh man. Oh.
But yeah, thank you, Michael, and you know I'm glad there's a group project us figuring out what, because you know you only have one shot
That's true.
with this stuff.
That's very
So.
true. All right.
All right.
His last paragraph, his question: just leaving Octavia April, I started thinking about black sci-fi soundtracks. I started pondering which musician, composer, producer, or band you two think could make a truly interesting black sci-fi soundtrack. I'm not talking about pulling together R&B, hip-hop, and soul songs, but a real honest-to-God soundtrack a la John Williams or Danny Elfman. So I think he's not so much a soundtrack, but the score is what I'm hearing. All the best, Michael Lockett. Just before thinking about a black sci-fi soundtrack or score, which is what I think he's more thinking about. Do you have a favorite composer?
Like movie composer?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, probably John Williams.
John Williams. I like Michael Giacchino. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Does he have a sound?
No, he
can you recognize when? Like, I'm thinking about people when I hear,
you know, it's him.
I know it's them.
He definitely has. He'll put in notes of some of his favorites in there, but he doesn't have like a signature sound. But he's always interesting, always good. I mean,
Okay.
I especially love what he's done for. My favorite work of his is what he did for The Incredibles 1 and 2.
Sure.
But like everything that he does. Is
Sure. I forget the guy's name, but it's the guy that Barry Jenkins has worked with?
Oh, that's a good question. What about while I look him up? What about Ludwig?
I mean, he's all right. I like him. But I'm thinking about like scores that I listen to,
Just
and I'm not
music?
watching the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like I listened to the If Beale Street Could Talk and Moonlight scores.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the guy that Barry Jenkins has worked with.
That with the score is by Nicholas Britell in Moonlight. That's what I'm looking at here. I'm looking in If Beale Street Could Talk. That is, yep,
Yeah.
Nicholas Britell.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy. Yeah, I mean, that's, hey, I'm curious whether or not he did move. Well, he didn't do The Lion King, but.
Mm-mm. And he may have worked on Medicine for Melancholy. Like I know he's Barry Jenkins' guy.
He's done a lot of work.
He's Barry Jenkins' guy.
He hasn't worked on all of them, and I'm not seeing him in the credits for Medicine for Melancholy.
Okay.
But there you go. But he is his guy.
Yeah, but black science fiction, Esperanza Spalding has been doing some really, really interesting sound stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think she's actually like an artist in residence somewhere.
Okay.
And she's been doing some really interesting stuff the past 5 years that I think she would be amazing.
She has 5 Grammy Awards.
Oh yeah, her jazz is fantastic.
She's
a bad bass player, but like she's been doing like some experimental stuff, like these kind of soundscapes.
So you would plug her in and see what she could do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I'm not really up on a whole lot of composers and musicians, but I wouldn't mind the same way everybody started jocking hard on RZA. I wouldn't mind seeing now I just drawing a blank on his name. My man that worked with Bruno Mars.
Oh, Anderson .Paak?
Anderson .Paak.
Oh, that's an interesting
I wouldn't
choice.
mind seeing Anderson .Paak.
That is an interesting
him get
choice.
like some musicians in a room and what he could pull.
That's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
That's what I like. All right, thank you, Michael.
All right, thank you, Michael.
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have your thoughts heard here on the Micheaux Mission, you can send us an email at micheauxmission@gmail.com. That's MICHEAUX MISSION@gmail.com. And if you're in the Philadelphia area on Thursday, June 4th, you can check out Vincent and myself and our good friend Stephanie Watts as the Be Real Black Cinema Club and the Micheaux Mission join together once again for the Be Real Micheaux screening series at Bryn Mawr Film Institute for the Questlove John Summer of Soul.
Summer of Soul.
That's right. Tickets are on sale right now at brynmawrfilm.org. You can watch it. I know you've seen it on Hulu, but now you're watching on the big screen with all of us live in the beautiful Bryn Mawr Film Institute. Thursday, June 4th. Go to brynmawrfilm.org for tickets right now. Okay? All right. All right. It is now time for the Game of Kings.
Game of Kings.
As we turn to 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin.
All right.
Six Degrees of D'Urville Martin, where I give Vincent 2 actors, and he
Mhm.
has 6 films or less to connect them to D'Urville Martin,
D'Urville Martin?
a man who has never been in a black film, according to him.
Yes. He's been in a D'Urville Martin film.
That's right.
And maybe it's black people around me. And D'Urville Martin is bigger than race.
Oh, he is a race.
Right.
A species unto himself.
It says the little box, it say black, white, Pacific Islander. Then he draws a little box that says D'Urville. And then he checks that box.
He just puts an apostrophe in his box.
All right.
All right.
Who you going to blindside me with?
Keeping it in theme.
Mm-hmm.
We are reviewing The Blind Side.
Yeah,
tonight,
yeah.
Vincent. All right.
Yeah.
And in theme, and making it easy for you,
Mm-hmm.
connect D'Urville Martin to these 2 stars from The Blind Side.
2 stars from The Blind Side.
One of them, maybe a star-ish of The Blind Side, because you blink and you'll miss him.
Yeah.
In 6 films or less, connect D'Urville Martin to our friend,
Yeah.
Omar Dorsey.
Omar Dorsey, who pissed me off so much in this movie. Because I was so happy to see him, and then the movie said, psych.
Did the movie say psych, or did Omar read the rest of the script and say, you know what?
Look.
I'm good right here.
Look.
Page 3,
Look.
I'm good right here.
I
Dog.
hope the check cleared.
Well, I'm sure it did.
All right. How do we get to our good friend Omar? Or how will we get to our good friend Omar in an interesting way?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. Let me see how I want to. Okay, so here we go. D'Urville Martin. I gotta link it together in my head, make sure I have enough. D'Urville Martin is in get to him I'm trying to get to him interesting. You can get to him really fast.
Yeah.
All right, Omar. So D'Urville Martin is in.
I was about to say, how about just only use movies where he's only in for 5 minutes?
Right. D'Urville Martin. So how do I? So I'm going to get from Omar to. All right, I didn't jam myself. I'm just going to get to him. Okay, so D'Urville Martin is in Sheba Baby with Pam Grier. Pam Grier is in Jackie Brown with Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is in, you blink and you miss him, Django Unchained with Omar Dorsey.
Blink and you miss Omar Dorsey.
Blink and you miss Omar Dorsey.
Samuel Jackson is all
So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Because I was trying to get to Omar in
What, Juana Man?
Is he in Juana Man?
Yeah.
I forgot all about him.
Remember,
in
he's
Juana.
driving a car.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of which, I was going to get to him in Drumline.
He's in Drumline?
He's driving the bus. It's him driving the bus that drops him off. So I was trying to get to Omar Dorsey to Nick Cannon. And then from Nick Cannon, I was going to try and do Chirac. I guess I could have gone to Chirac and done Samuel Jackson in Chirac.
Yeah.
So there you go. Sheba Baby, Pam Grier,
Jackie Brown,
Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is in Chirac with Nick Cannon. And then Nick Cannon's in Drumline with Omar.
So he's driving a bus in Drumline.
Yeah. Yeah, he's driving them to school. He's driving the bus to school.
Okay. And he's driving the car, the limo, I think, in Juana Man.
Okay.
And then he's driving Huckabuck. I think Omar just got his license. For the
Right. Well, he's in the back of the thing in Django.
That's true. That's
Remember,
right.
he's just riding.
Right,
he's just riding.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. That's interesting.
And then he's hunting slaves as the evil slave catcher in Harriet.
In Harriet.
In Harriet.
That's right. And then he's hunting Michael Myers in the Halloween movies.
Right. So I
He's
also
the
could have done
sheriff.
Jamie Curtis in
the Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well done, Vincent.
All right. Shout out to Omar.
Yes.
One of the well, we'll talk about it in the review. Yeah.
Have you seen the recent pictures of Omar?
Yeah, he all cock diesel.
I know, man.
Right, he been lifting and doing push-ups.
I know, man.
Right. So,
Good looking man.
hey, man.
You got me looking.
Right, all right.
Man.
Who's next?
All right, next. In 6 films or less.
Funny on my wallet. I feel like, whatchamacallit? On that episode of Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Right.
Yeah, but he pulls out.
I know.
That was ridiculous, man.
All right. Who
All right.
else we got?
In 6 films or less, connect Derville Martin to
Two.
this other star of The Blind Side,
Mhm.
who's in decidedly a few more scenes. Kim Dinkins.
Oh, I do not know, because the only thing I really think about her from is Better Call Saul.
Oh, is she in that?
Yeah.
I didn't watch.
Oh, give me something. I don't know what she's in,
Okay, well,
because I like her a lot.
oh, I like her a lot. I like her
Yeah.
a lot. See, I know her from other TV shows.
Yeah.
Okay. She was in, because you always ask for her most recent
Yeah.
film. Well,
No, she's not in Better Call Saul. What is she in that I like? What is her TV show that she's in that I like?
that you like?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Because I know the show that she's in that I like.
What is it?
Deadwood. The show that you like, and she's also in Sons of Anarchy. I love that show. The show that you like that she was in. I'm looking at her filmography. Oh, I know what it is.
What?
Treme.
That's why. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was in Treme.
Loved her in Treme.
Yeah. I love her.
Yeah, what's her movie work? I don't remember her from movies.
She doesn't do a lot of movies, even
Yeah.
though she does have one that's coming out in 2027.
She's good.
Mm-hmm. But her most recent film outside of that one was in 2022. She was in The Good Nurse as well as The In-Between. Not helping you.
Yeah.
A movie that might help you. You can't use The Blind Side.
And I can't use a Treme.
No, you can't use TV. No. All right, I have a film that I think will help you, but I'm going to give you this one first. I don't know if you've ever seen it. House of Sand and Fog.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but we've talked about it. You've tried to get me to watch it, and I just haven't watched it, even though I do mean to watch it. But Ben Kingsley is in that.
Yes.
So we get to Ben Kingsley through because we've done this before, because my girl is in it too.
Yeah, the name that
But we'll do this real quick, because I want to go ahead and get into this thing. So Derville Martin. D'Urville Martin is in... D'Urville Martin is in Five on the Black Hand's Side with Dick Anthony Williams. Dick Anthony Williams is in Mo Better Blues with Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is in... Is he in Repo Man with Charlie Sheen? Is that Repo Man that he's in with Charlie Sheen? I'm not Charlie Sheen. Emilio Estevez.
When I see Repo Man, if he's in it, he's kind of small role in it.
Yeah, it's an early role.
Yeah, let me look at the cast. He is not listed in the cast.
Okay, so in that case, I will go to who do I want to use for this? Emilio Estevez is also in. I'm trying to do something interesting. Okay, I'll do this. D'Urville Martin is in The Final Come Down with Billy D. Williams.
Okay.
Billy D. Williams is in, let's just say, Lady Sings the Blues with Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor is in I might run out, but I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Richard Pryor is in Bustin' Loose. Not Bustin' Loose, Stir Crazy. With
Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder, yeah, I'm going to run out, I think. Gene Wilder is in The Lady in Red with Kelly LeBrock.
Boy, you're going far.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do something interesting because Kelly LeBrock. Oh, I'm going to run out because Kelly LeBrock is in Weird Science.
Right, because that's her other
with
film.
Anthony Michael Hall. And then Anthony. Okay. Let me start over. Dick Anthony Williams. Dick Anthony Williams is in The Jerk with Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Martin is in National Lampoon's Vacation with Anthony Michael Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Michael Hall is...
Wait a minute, Steve Martin's in Vacation?
No, I'm sorry. Dick Anthony Williams, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase in Three Amigos.
Okay. Then Vacation.
Chevy Chase is Anthony Michael Hall, Vacation. Oh, it's still too many. Because Anthony Michael Hall is in Weird Science with Robert Downey Jr. And then Robert Downey Jr. is in Iron Man with Ben Kingsley.
Okay, so you're trying to get to Ben King. Well, where were you trying to go with Emilio Estevez?
To The Breakfast Club. I'm trying to get to Anthony Michael Hall.
Okay, because I was wondering whether or not I don't know. I can't remember how many movies you were at when you got to Emilio Estevez, but I was wondering if you could maybe get to, instead of going to Breakfast Club, go to Young Guns. And then try and use Kiefer Sutherland, who's in a lot of films.
Sure. I thought about Do You Want to Be Famous? I'm trying to think. So Anthony Michael Hall, we got him in Weird Science. He's also in 16 Candles. Nobody's in 16
Except
Candles.
Molly.
Except Molly Ringwald. And Molly Ringwald, I've got the same problem.
Yeah, because you only got really the two movies. Well, I guess you got Pretty in Pink, too.
Right. All right, let's just... D'Urville Martin is same thing. Pam Grier in Sheba Baby. Pam Grier's in Jackie Brown with Samuel Jackson. Samuel Jackson is in Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Downey Jr. is that Iron Man or Iron Man 2 with Ben Kingsley?
Ben Kingsley shows up in Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 with Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley is in
House of Santa Falls
with Kim Dickens. There you go.
Very good.
There you go. What's the movie she's in that I would have gotten to her immediately?
Gone Girl.
Oh, she's in. You know what? I've never actually seen Gone Girl.
Yeah, but you know the star.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Get to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Gone Girl, it's all right.
Yeah.
You know, everybody sploos all over. I was like,
yeah.
Yes.
Kim Dickens should be a bigger star.
Well, she should be a bigger star, but to be fair, she's done a lot of TV.
Yeah.
So she's
right.
She's worked.
Like just in movies, like just to bleed into the review. I think she would have done better than Sandra Bullock in Sandra Bullock's role.
Well, I will, without knowing the all of the real history,
Mm-hmm.
I was interested in her, like the role that she played.
Mm-hmm.
I was interested in that character.
Yeah, but it's a smaller role.
Well, it's a smaller role,
Right.
But like,
And I think Kim Dickens is a better actress than Sandra Bullock.
so do I.
frankly.
But what I'm saying is, like, I'm curious as far as the real story,
Sure.
how small that role truly was.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
So I was really interested
Right.
in that.
Well,
developing.
that's going to be a theme. There are several stories in here that you wonder if the real story. But there you go. Look. Go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's do it.
All right.
Come on.
It is now
Come
time for us to get into our review of The Blind Side.
Mm-hmm.
The Blind Side, a 2009 American biographical sports drama written and directed by John Lee Hancock, based on the 2006 book of the same name by Michael Lewis. The film tells the story of Michael Orr, a football offensive lineman who overcame an impoverished upbringing to play in the NFL with the help of Leanne and Sean Toohey. It stars Sandra Bullock as Leanne, Tim McGraw as Sean, and Quentin Aaron as Michael Orr. This film was released in 2009 and was indeed a commercial success, grossing $309 million on a $29 million budget. And despite its mixed reviews, Sandra Bullock was universally praised, leading to her winning the Academy Award
Yes, she
for
did.
Best Actress,
Yes, she
the
did.
Golden Globe Award for Best Actress, and the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Leading Role. In this film that was, wait for it, the subject of controversy.
You surprised.
That Vincent, I'm sure, will get into as he tells each and every one of us his thoughts on 2009's The Blind Side.
I don't know which story white popular culture loves more. The faithful Negro servant or the white savior.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a never-ending source of entertainment and interest.
Yes.
For a particular type of white audience. And you don't want to do a blanket statement and say white people love this. But my white people who don't love this, you need to get your people. Like you need to free them from the shackles of this. As you said, this is based on a true story. Go ahead, put an asterisk next to true. Of this family, the Tuas, who take in Michael Orr, who is home. His housing situation is very unstable.
Yes.
He does not have much of an education, any formal education that he's gotten. Apparently the school systems have let him down.
Mm-hmm.
And they take him in, take care of him, teach him the meaning of family.
Yes.
And also, as a coinkadink, his large size
Mm-hmm.
allows him to be good at football.
Yes.
And this film follows every single beat that you think it's going to follow. Quentin Aaron plays Michael Orr, and he is, for the entirety of the film, almost monosyllabic. He is either silent, he has one-word answers. I challenge you to find a moment in this film where he speaks in an entire paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Except for there's a moment at the very end where he has a reckoning and he speaks. He is a gentle giant, but he is slow and dim-witted. Let me be clear before we go any further. When I talk about Michael Orr, I am talking about the character Michael Orr in this film.
Right.
I am not talking about Michael Orr, the man.
The actual man. No.
This is Michael Orr, the character in this film.
Right.
And as the character in this film, the two notes that I wrote again and again, Frankenstein's monster,
Mm-hmm.
Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Mice and Men. Yep.
He is big, he is dim-witted, but he loves his family and his people.
Mm-hmm.
He is taken in by this kindly white woman, the second in a series of kindly white women, because you mentioned Kim Dickens. He finds his way into this Christian school.
Mm-hmm.
The kindly white teacher, Kim Dickens, realizes that although he does not have a whole lot of formal education, there is a heart and a mind in that he just needs to be reached.
Right.
Again, his housing situation is unstable. The film begins, we talked about Omar Dorsey's character. Omar plays a character named Tony, who actually facilitates Michael Orr's admission into this school along with his own son.
Yes.
And as the film says, at this point, Michael Orr is sleeping on Tony and his family's couch.
Mm-hmm.
Until that no longer works out. With the first of a series of terrible black female characters. Where Tony's wife, you hear her voice off screen.
Yeah.
Shades of The Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see her, you just hear her voice. And she says, he got to be somebody else's responsibility. Why he got to be, so that now Michael Orr is on the street. Michael Orr is on the street, and then he is taken in by the kindly Tuas, facilitated mainly by Mrs. Tua, played by Sandra Bullock.
Right. Academy Award winning.
We'll get to the Academy Award. They take him in, they teach him about family, they give him a room, they buy him clothes, he is part of this world with them, and then eventually football enters into the narrative in the film, which structurally I found fascinating.
Structurally, as far as how
the film is 2 hours and 9 minutes. It is almost at the halfway mark.
Before you see the football.
The film goes out of its way to try and frame this as a familial situation that is not based on the fact that this man's size is, as one of the many disposable / evil black characters in the film says, he can't dress at the big and tall shop. He needs to find the bigger and taller shop. Mm-hmm. The football is almost an afterthought. And it is embarrassing Like, I feel like you should be embarrassed if you like the plot of this film. Because, again, it is cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
It is stereotypical. It grants Michael Oher zero agency.
Absolutely.
As a person.
Mm-hmm.
It is an episode of Different Strokes.
Mm.
Where Arnold doesn't even get to be sassy.
Right.
This is just someone that's talked about the person with the most agency, the person who has the most action, the person who is the most active is Sandra Bullock's character.
Yes, Leanne.
Who as Leanne Tua, is a firecracker. She's a firecracker. She stands up to the racism that is on the periphery.
Mm-hmm.
Her friends, a person in the crowd, various and sundry extras, but she herself has a heart of gold.
Of course. To
take him in and to serve as the mother that Michael has never had.
Right.
And it is disgraceful. It is disgraceful. It is disposable. But Lynn, I have to say, what bothered me the most about this film is that there are gestures. There are moments you catch, like out of the side of your eye, that there is an interesting story here.
Okay.
More than what's going on.
Okay.
It starts with this film that again is about to be about this film that's about this transracial adoption. This white family taking in this destitute black youth with an F. And the fact that he is big and strong and can play football is besides the fact. But when the film comes on, Leanne has this voiceover where she is talking about the right tackle.
Mm.
Is that the position?
Left tackle.
The left tackle. And she talks about how important the left tackle is because the left tackle is the position that protects the quarterback in a very specific way, because the way the quarterback works, he has
a blind spot, his blind side. Correct.
And this tackle protects him.
Right.
And I found it fascinating that this movie about this family that takes in this boy for no other reason than the goodness of their heart.
Mm.
It begins with this voiceover where she reveals this very technical knowledge of football, A. But then B, she starts to describe the ideal athlete in this position.
Mm-hmm.
He is big. He is strong. He has big hands. His buttocks have to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from the movie.
Yep.
She all but describes him like someone describing a slave on a slave block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And did you pick all the images when she's
like I kept
of her description?
I kept waiting for her to talk about he has good teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And he's good breeding stock.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a hint of the racial implications. Omar Dorsey, like I said, I was very frustrated because Omar is in this film, but then he's gone. A, because we love Omar. But B, because his character, Tony, as we said, the story is set up that Tony has a son who apparently is also an athlete.
Yes.
And Tony is very savvy and very cognizant of the currency of the black athlete. And he goes in and there's this really interesting scene between Tony and the coach.
Yes.
Where he says, my son is good at this, my son is good at that. And then also there's Big Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach looks out the window and sees how big Michael Oher is.
Wet and starts licking his chops.
The camera cuts back to Tony, and it's all on Tony's face that Tony knows the real negotiation is about to begin.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's gone.
I know.
And then it's gone.
Yep.
And Tony is gone from the movie.
So is his son, Steven.
So is his son, Steven, which you just told me that this is what the film is going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
The film goes on, as you said. Eventually we get to the football. He gets recruited to Ole Miss after high school. There is an amazing bookend scene at the end of the film where a representative from the NCAA lays out all of the coinkydinks in this story.
Right, because the Tuas are boosters for Ole Miss.
Come to find out, the Tuas not only are both alumni of Ole Miss, but they give so much money to Ole Miss that they count as boosters.
That's right. Because Dad owns 85 Taco Bells.
The tutor that they bring in to help Michael Orr raise his GPA, because again, not that good with them letters. She is also an Ole Miss alumna.
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, playing another of the series of Kindly White Women. And the rep says, this looks like a case where they saw your size, and basically groomed you.
There's that word.
To deliver you to Ole Miss. And of course, Lindsay Tua is mortified. Leanne, how dare you think that about me, that we would do this? But it is a question and an issue that is not explored or talked about at all outside of this one moment. And for me, this is where the story is. If this is not the reason you took him in, then let's lay it out and talk about it. Like what is the dynamic of him being involved in football? What does it look, they play it for laughs when the recruiters come around and Kathy Bates' character tries to dissuade him from going to apparently
Tennessee,
the rival Tennessee. Right. And of course, part of the reason she dissuades him is because she tells him that there's a graveyard under the field at Tennessee, and Michael is scared of ghostesses. Oh, I sure don't like no ghostesses. So
or grass.
So that'll keep him away from it. But I think there's something really fascinating there about this dynamic of the white booster, the white coach, the white mentor of the athletically gifted young person. And it's one that would lead to a much richer and fuller narrative. Appropriately enough, because we've been talking about biopics the last couple of weeks.
Because Michael.
You really lean into the story and you realize that this story is based on the Tua's account of this story. So that they have clean hands throughout this film. And, I am wrong a lot. But sometimes I'm just early. And from the moment I heard about this story, I said, this doesn't make sense. Like, there are some pieces missing in this story. And then, lo and behold, in the past few years, the actual Michael Orr has talked about discrepancies in what actually happened in this relationship. And what is depicted in the movie. Particularly the fact that he was already good at football when he was recruited into this school, which then belies all of this. Well, you just happen to be big and strong.
Yeah, y'all taught me how to spell and play football.
You again with the scene that I joked about earlier, where again signals and all these X's and O's and math is too much for this simpleton to understand. So Leanne has to tell him, well, they're like your family. You know how you protect me? You protect the family, because they did a psych evaluation of him, and he not that good with learning, but he's real protective. Almost like a Doberman Pinscher gorilla man.
Well, you said it. Frankenstein.
Yeah. So she appealed to that part in with him. And you see it in this film. Because again, besides that first part where she talks about him like he's on a slave block. For all of the we're taking care of him, for all of the this, for all of the that, every moment in this film that is quote unquote nurturing is funneling him towards the field. We need to raise your grades. We need to do this. There's not one moment where someone says this person has gone through this traumatic event. Because, of course, he's from this terrible, horrible ghetto filled with black men with no shirts on, that all they talk about is raping white women and drinking 40s. And his mama is a drug addict. So it seemed like maybe he could talk to a therapist, talk to a counselor or something. For all this God and country, there's nothing about church. There's nothing about, it's all this kind of football. And that, for me, was insult to injury. It's a terrible movie. It's sort of by the numbers. Let me do my requisite Oscar screed. Sandra Bullock is okay. She's okay as the Southern firecracker type.
Exactly.
She's the Southern firecracker type on a scale of 1 to Steel Magnolias. She's a solid 6. Maybe at moments, she's reaching for a 7.
Yeah. She'd have been the worst part of Steel Magnolia.
Oh, she couldn't have been. Oh, hey.
They would have ate her. They would have ate her.
Hey. She couldn't have been in Steel Magnolias.
Well, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Oh, okay.
You're absolutely right.
All right.
Steel Magnolias is a great.
The weakest parts of Steel Magnolias is Daryl Hannah and Julia Roberts.
Right.
And they're both great.
Yes.
So, yeah, she couldn't have been in Steel Magnolias. Yeah. So she's a 6. No one else in the film is doing anything.
Kathy Bates is slumming.
Kathy Bates...
Well, to be fair, she's not giving much to do.
I feel like Kathy Bates owed somebody a favor.
She had a mortgage payment.
Because much like Kim Dickens, I was like, how do you have Kathy Bates and this is all you're doing with her? There's actually one scene where Kathy Bates hands the scene to Tim McGraw.
I know. I saw that too.
I said, why?
It's that should be going the other way around.
Why is Kathy Bates watching Tim McGraw? So, it's May. It's a terrible movie.
It is.
But worse than terrible, there's the hint that there's a much more interesting movie that could have been made about this.
If they gave truly a damn about the character Michael Orr.
Right.
About if they really wanted to tell the story of that man.
Right.
The story is there. Like you said, he already knew football.
Right.
He was already developing himself. And even if you want to believe that he was as monosyllabic as he was at the time of the beginning of this film.
Right.
Considering that this man not only made it to the NFL, but graduated from college.
Yeah.
With a degree in criminal justice.
Yeah.
The track of that man from being this monosyllabic person to graduating college, that's the story.
Look, I know I had handed it over to you. But again, if he's monosyllabic, like you told me he's monosyllabic, why can't one of these nice white ladies be a therapist?
Well, yeah. Why can't one of them... Okay, why can't one of them be a therapist? You're right. But that is why the Kim Dinkins character, who is this teacher, who actually discovers figures out like, oh, he needs to be taught a certain way. Like, you can't just give him something to read. You've got to actually like read it to him. Right. And I think that that's interesting. The movie doesn't show her discovery of this. She tells you this discovery. I think that discovery is interesting, and how that starts to change how he is educated in the school and learns, I think is interesting, because it seems to like all of a sudden all of the other teachers seem to buy in on it, and you see him becoming more acclimated to the school.
Mm-hmm.
But so I actually thought that was interesting, but the film wants to quickly take this hard pivot so that every fortunate or piece of good fortune that comes his way has to be by way of Sandra Bullock, that nobody else can shine at all. And real quick before I forget it, you talked about Omar Dorsey's character in the beginning, and then poof, that he's gone. Two things. In that earlier scene, when he and the coach are looking out the window, Michael Orr is out there playing with Omar Dorsey's son, Steven.
Yeah.
And those two seem to have a good relationship with one another. Right? Also, when the coach is licking his chops looking at Michael, yes, he's looking at Michael because of this huge man-child. But Michael is in silhouette playing basketball with Steven. Steven, who is like decidedly much smaller than him.
Right.
And Michael is looking like Michael Jordan out there.
Right.
So I'm like, even if I'm starting to see dollar bills or anything, why are we looking at him in basketball?
Right.
He's already got the height of a basketball player. He's got the size of a football player, and he looks like he has the skills of a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't we looking there? Because as you learn, if you look at the real story, this young boy actually was a track star as well.
Right.
So I'm like, so he was already a gifted athlete.
Yes.
It was already there, and the film showed you. But immediately, because everything has to regress and come by way of Sandra Bullock, all of a sudden when he gets on the football field, all of a sudden, like you said, he's this gentle giant who doesn't know how to play football.
Right.
Like, oh my God, this ball is not round. Oh, this ball. Oh, pretty balloons.
Gets distracted by the balloons.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, you're talking about Frankenstein. I was thinking about, it's funny, I did think about Of Mice and Men. Because
I want to touch the rabbits. Give me the rabbits. I want to give him the rabbits. The rabbits. It's like, what? I said, motherfucker, why are you looking up at the balloons?
But I also started thinking about the two things. The Warner Brothers cartoon with the big, fat, chubby rabbit. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
Right.
Because who's playing off of Mice and Men?
Hey, let's be clear. The vast majority, like, I have read Of Mice and Men, but the only thing I actually think about is the cartoon.
I know.
Okay.
But then the other thing I started thinking about, for some reason, I started thinking about Harry and the Hendersons. Because they treated him like so much of the other.
He's a Bigfoot.
Exactly.
He's actually a Bigfoot.
Especially the way they just come about him walking home in the rain.
With a bag filled with thrown away popcorn.
That he picked up at the soccer game. I'm like, what is going on? And it's 2 shirts.
I sure go eat this popcorn for dinner.
I'm like, yo, what is going on? So, but wait a minute, before I lose the thread. So they cut to a committee talking about Michael and Steven getting into the school.
Right.
they give you the line that Steven, based on his academics and his athletics, he definitely is a mate for the school.
Right.
Michael, I don't know, because of his grades, and that's when the coach gives his big BS speech about, like, it's the right thing to do. Let's get him in here. So they get Michael in there. But that scene tells you that Michael and Steven are going to this school.
Right. Where is Steven?
Where is Steven?
Where is Steven?
You don't see Steven at all. Now, it does give you, like you said, you do cut to the scene with Michael on the couch at Omar Dorsey's house, and for some reason now that he's gotten this boy into a school,
right,
the off-screen wife of Omar Dorsey says that he has to go,
right,
which absolutely makes no sense.
No sense.
But who am I to say that actually did not really happen? But it doesn't make any. It doesn't track. It
like this whole.
It doesn't track because
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't.
There's more to that story to how these white people got him in their house.
Exactly. It has to. It has to be now, especially since because what you learn, in the real story is that, by the time he does get to the Tuohys, he's going through a series of foster homes.
Right. So
maybe there is something else going on here. But the film has no interest in going there. And if you want to say that, for Hollywood, you shorthand it a little bit, okay, I'll give you that. But you still have to give a damn about what is going on in this boy's mind. It is not till you mentioned at the end of the film,
right,
when he is standing up sitting there with the person from the NCAA,
mm-hmm,
who we should point out is the only positive black woman that appears in this film,
right? Even though she's in this antagonistic position,
but you get why she's there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You understand her reason.
Right. Like I'm like, am I supposed to not be with her because she's making sense right now?
Right. But she is the only one who asked the man, the boy, the question: why are you doing this? What is on your mind? And mind you, she only asked it at his prompting.
Right.
It is not until the end of the film that he is even prompted to ask that. Despite him having to deal with, being kicked out of what seemed like a good relationship with Omar Dorsey and at least the son. Mm-hmm. You don't know what's going on with the disembodied voice that is the wife in the house. It seemed, he seems to have a weird relationship with the guys from where he grew up, in that they know him, I guess probably because he's the big guy,
right? This
big young boy, but he keeps them at arm's length,
right?
Which is you applaud him for, but why?
Right.
Why are you doing that?
Well, until the main one says basically he's gonna rape Sandra Bullock.
Right.
And then he hulks out.
Yeah.
Then he hulks out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Then you get the violence because in one time he takes agency, it's against the other black people.
In his defense, the shirtless black dude who was drinking the 40 was going to rape that nice white lady. So what you supposed to do?
No, fair. But I'm just saying, I just do think that's interesting.
Mike Smash.
I do think that the only, honestly, the only positive black man in this film is Omar Dorsey.
Yes,
because there's another scene with Sandra Bullock's character Leanne is going to looking out because all of a sudden she's Columbo in this movie. Because Tim McGraw owns 85
Taco
Bells, she can do whatever the hell she wants during the day.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden she's Columbo to go looking for his records.
Well, she's got Southern spunk. She's got that Southern spunk.
Well, of course she got that Southern spunk because not only does she cut to the head of the line,
that's right,
at DHS,
right,
but then she gets
to another black woman bitch, by
right?
The way, if you're keeping count.
But then she also, when she finally sits down with this black counselor, he's just handing over documents to her left and right. It's like private documents. Like, well, it says here. Well, here, you can read for yourself.
Right.
I'm like, what the f- is going on?
Right.
Excuse me.
Look.
What the fuck? I mean, like, you realize that's Sandra Bullock's playing Leanne. That's not actually Sandra Bullock. You're just giving the stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Right. Oh, yeah.
I'm like, dude, but this movie does not care at all about Mike. It's all about propping up this, like you said, the tours. Because I even peeped it. At the end of the film, as a lot of these biopics do,
I know what you're going to say.
It closes, and then it gives you like the little blurbs about what happens in the future. And it quickly tells you that Michael Orr, he went to college, graduated, and then made it to the NFL. Quickly just cut straight to the NFL. Never mind, the achievement that he not only thrived in college and got a degree.
Yeah.
Because we all know football players, athletes, a lot of times the degree is second.
Yeah.
They could care less.
Yeah.
He got a degree, a significant degree, graduated when he didn't have to. He actually came back for the senior year, graduated, went to the NFL. They quickly tell you that in 2 blurbs. But then there are about, and these are all called slates, ladies and gentlemen, movie talk. There are about 10 slates about the future of the tours, including what happened to Leanne, what happened to the husband, what happened to the daughter, Collins, as well as the little boy, SJ, who the movie lands on, because it ain't his film, but it lands on that SJ got everything that he wanted.
Yes.
We don't care about this young white boy. I don't care about if he got everything that he wanted. This movie is not about him, but it so much does not care about Michael Orr that in the moments where Michael Orr is not with Sandra Bullock and he should be ostensibly talking to someone else, the boy, SJ, has to go with him as his mouthpiece.
Yes.
And does all his talking.
Yes.
I'm like, can we get a moment? Can we spend some time with Michael Orr?
This character is a big, dumb simpleton who plays this role so that, again, the Tuas can be who they are. And to circle back, there's been controversy where Michael Orr has said that his intelligence was misrepresented in this film. He says that he thought he was adopted, but apparently they placed him under conservatorship.
Right, so that they could control his finances.
They could control his finances. There's discrepancy about how much money was and was not made off of this story. But one thing that is not in dispute, money was made, and the Tuas have had a number of speaking engagements and things. Like, this is their bread and butter.
Right.
This Blind Side story. And I refuse to believe that at least getting him to Ole Miss wasn't always the plan.
I know.
You saw this, and you know what? And here's the thing, Lynn. I would rather they would just be honest about it. Look, he's in dire straits. He is in foster care. He's like things are not good for him. Pardon the pun. His family and community have dropped the ball.
Yes.
It's sort of, I remember Shaquille O'Neal talking, either Shaquille O'Neal or D.L. Hughley. I think it was Shaquille O'Neal that talked about meeting his birth father and saying that his father threw him away and it was like throwing away a lottery ticket. I would rather they say, we saw this big old huckabuck black guy that no one was caring for. We took him in. We formed him. We focused him, funneled him to Ole Miss because we love Ole Miss. And then we can just talk about the ethics of that.
Yeah.
but that would make them much more complicated. I know I would land on, I just want black people to be okay.
Exactly.
So if this is how he had to be okay, then, you know.
And he seemingly was okay.
Right. But, you know, don't talk to me like I'm Boo-Boo the Fool.
Exactly.
Like I'm an idiot. Like him looking and being like this did not factor in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? My favorite kind of film that kind of deals with this kind of intersection of race and sports a little bit is the film Friday Night Lights.
Okay.
And there's a moment in the beginning of Friday Night Lights where one athlete, you know, it's one of the black athletes, and he's big and strong and fast. And one of the boosters is talking about, you know, and I don't know if he plays defense or offense, but one of the boosters says just very nonchalantly, they need to run that big nigga both ways.
Mm.
And I love that moment because I do think there is a very casual racism.
Oh, absolutely.
That runs through sports.
Absolutely.
And and I would rather you just be honest.
Yep, just put it out there.
Like, I would rather you be honest about what is happening with Michael Orr.
Mm-hmm.
And this family, this school, these teachers, because we didn't even mention the fact that another one of these coinky dinks, his high school coach, gets a position
that's right.
at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody is getting a taste.
Yep.
Of Michael Orr. And again, if that's the price of admission for someone who is wandering the streets, eating thrown away popcorn, then God bless you.
That's right.
But let's actually talk about it.
Because that is an interesting story.
That is an interesting
very interesting
story.
Especially despite all your machinations, what he makes of himself.
Right.
You know, that is so much more of an interesting story, but they do not care.
Right.
And they spend absolutely zero time with it.
Did not care for years after this film came out.
Absolutely.
Again, for it to explode like it has in the past couple of years tells me that they just wanted to run the grift from now on.
Right. And it's only because he won his court case and now they can't use his story anymore.
Right.
In all of their speaking engagements and stuff. That's only because of him. And even then they're trying to run the narrative like, oh, he's being disingenuous.
Right.
And he's like, no. He's taking control of his situation. He's taking control of his life.
And to bring it back to what we do here. It really is just racism.
That's all it is.
That gives white audiences, here you go.
Here we go.
A blind spot. That they accept this.
Yep.
There's not one thing about this story that makes sense the way they tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to completely believe in a different strokes type situation that this family had no ulterior motives. Did they take him in? Absolutely.
Yes.
Did they care for him? Absolutely. Would he have been in dire straits without them? Absolutely. But that can also be true with, we would not have taken him in if he wasn't 7'3",
right,
400 pounds, real fast, and had good teeth and was good breeding stock.
Mm-hmm. So would you recommend that people watch The Blind Side?
You know what? I actually wouldn't. Usually I say people need to watch these things in this, but you know. The Help is just spectacularly terrible. Driving Miss Daisy, absolutely just terrible. But this is just sort of, again, just sort of insults your intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just sort of insults your intelligence in a way that isn't so egregious that it makes up for its mediocrity. So no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't recommend it. And you?
Hell no. No. It's first of all, you're right. It insults your intelligence. And I actually don't think it's, you know, for all the acclaim for Sandra Bullock, like you said, I think she's just okay. She's just okay. I mean, there's absolutely nothing special about what she does in this film.
No.
And I don't know if we said it on camera, I would have actually much preferred Kim Dinkins in the role.
Right.
Because she's a far superior actor. But I think she just would have wore the role just a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I also thought there's a part of this film that feels almost like it's trying to reclaim a reclamation project for white women.
Yeah.
Because you've got the Kim Dinkins character who's we like her, but she is this teacher that discovers the secret sauce for teaching. Right. And then shows the secret sauce to these other white teachers white women teachers who you see kind of like teaching him in that same way. You see a white male teacher being resistant to that.
I don't know why the English teacher got to be the villain, but all right, I'll go along with it.
I'm sorry, Vince.
Right.
You see, then Sandra Bullock becomes, you know, she might as well have a red cape that's with a yellow W on it. Like I'm white woman.
I know.
In this movie, the way she stands up to everyone in this film,
right?
And every black person who dares stands in front of her, she has to have a confrontation with.
Yeah.
And also to the point where white woman actually has a scene where she talks down these other three white women, who don't have names but are the stereotypes for racist Southerners.
Right.
Well, no, I'm a Southerner, but I'm a white woman.
Right.
I'm like, so there's almost part of this film. This film felt like icky for that.
Right. It was this weird energy. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, get the hell out of here. I'm like, get the no.
You're right. You didn't even mention Kathy Bates.
Oh yeah, and then Kathy Bates too. Like no.
And then it's this weird thing where, of course, he's this big giant brute. And I mentioned Lenny and Frankenstein's monster, but even Lenny and Frankenstein's monster, there is a bit of the dynamic where they are a sexual danger.
There's a little bit of that in this.
Well, there is, again, a gesture where some of the evil white racist ladies who are her friends, but they evil white racist, like there's one exchange where they say it. And then the next time he's actually sexualized is the final scene.
Oh, when you see the
where he's looking at girls.
Right. I guess that yeah, that's definitely overtly sexualized. But what I was thinking of, there's a scene when he is in the school where, you know, he is decidedly like the biggest person in this school.
Right. He should shop in the bigger and taller shop.
Right. But there's a scene where he's in the school where he is making his way to the playground, and there's these two girls on the swing.
Right.
And he's kind of like just looks like Frankenstein.
Right. I expected him to pick up one of the girls and throw her in the water.
Well,
like the flowers, because pretty things float.
Right. Well, they actually get up. You see them get up from the swing and walk away.
Yeah.
Like almost in like a little bit of like, ooh, no. Right. But then later, as he's now a little bit more acclimated, and now he's found the way or whatever, you see him walking up to seemingly the same girls, and they're fine with him, and he's pushing them on the swing. Right. And I thought that there was, it's not sexualized, but it's a little bit of something there. But again, that is also, you know, that is the monster. That is the tame Bigfoot now.
Right, but again, you don't want to really deal with him because you know what I wanted. Another thing, you know, the movie that I want, not the movie that's on screen. I wanted to see him as the star football player.
Yeah.
And then how that dynamic played out.
Yeah. That would have been interesting. Interesting.
Not in this movie.
No. Right. Not in The Blind Side. So don't waste your time.
You ain't got to watch. So like I'm working. You know, this is my project. This is my main project. I try. So like, what do I have left? I gotta do Green Book. Mm-hmm. It was something else that I said. Oh shit! I guess at some point I gotta do that. So it's Green Book. What's the other one of these movies that white people love? That we haven't done.
Oh, you know what else this reminded me of? Speaking of green, The Green Mile.
I'm thinking The Green Mile falls under there too.
You reminded me of The Green Mile.
So gotta do Green Book, gotta do Green Mile. I feel like there was another period piece that these people love that deals with the blackies.
I can't think of one.
Michael, oh, you're my only big black gorilla friend.
It's still kind of like... Anyway, I can't think of another one. Right. It's certainly not a period piece.
Right.
I can't think of one. But
yeah,
don't see The Blind Side.
Don't see The Blind Side.
Well, we've warned you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
right. Before we tell you about what we're going to be reviewing next week and our very special guests, I invite you to follow the Micheaux Mission. 2 men, 1 podcast, every black film ever made. You can go to micheauxmission.com and check out everything that we've got going on there. You can see when we're doing special events and see our whole catalog of shows. You can find the Micheaux Mission wherever you find podcasts, on Apple, Spotify. We're right there. We're also on YouTube, and you can also subscribe, follow, hit the bell, be notified of when we go up with our new shows and up with our shorts that get a lot of acclaim. A lot of people are having fun with us in leather.
Yes, well, good.
I'm particularly proud of that short.
Yes.
Anyway, the Micheaux Mission is also what we are. Yes, we are a proud member of the Believe podcast. BLEAV. Believe, every sport, every topic, everywhere. Go to Believe.com and check out their whole roster of shows. And if you want to help support the show, then why not, if you can, and only if you can, become a patron of the show by going to Patreon. Patreon.com, Micheaux Mission, where for just $5 a month, you can gain access to 3 exclusive monthly podcasts from the Micheaux Mission. Now, I will tell you that we missed in April. We did. I apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a gambit of shows coming for you. On Len's Secret Movie Podcast with Ariel, we are going to be reviewing. We were going to review it for April for Octavia April, but we're still going to review it. Lorraine Toussaint and Gugu Mpathara and Sanaa Sidney.
Yeah.
In Fast Color.
Yes.
Which, having rewatched that movie again, damn, that's a good movie.
Yeah, we liked it when we talked about it.
It's a damn good
yes,
movie,
it is.
Man. Oh my God, I love that movie. David Strathairn is very good in that movie. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to doing that. We also, Vincent and I have the Binge Lounge coming your way.
We do.
Vincent has this whole screed that he wants to do about the Michael Jackson and the Jacksons music from the Jacksons to Off the Wall. Right?
Absolutely. It is still coming. Like Lynn said, we had a hiccup. Life was lifing,
but that is definitely coming.
Mm-hmm.
And on serial killers, you know what we can talk about there since we're in a Jackson frame of mind.
What?
Let's talk about the cartoon show.
I was going to say we should talk about the cartoon.
Talk about the cartoon show,
and I'll tell my Jackson 5 story when we do it.
Oh, good.
I have a personal Jackson 5 story.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to this.
I ate cake with the Jackson 5. There you go. That's
what we call a tease.
That's the tease.
That's the tease. But you have to join us on Patreon.
Yep, I ate cake with the
Get the
Jackson
story.
5.
Patreon.com/Micheaux Mission. Check it out. All right. What we got?
Next week.
Right here.
Because I rebuke this.
Yes. For May I Have Another Bad Black Movie, we have one of the up-and-coming filmmakers here in the Philadelphia area joining us, David Dylan Thomas.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Studio. He is a fan of the show, and he is working his way to make a feature film, Vincent, but he has a short film version, kind of like a proof of concept of this fantastic concept of what if slaves came back as zombies but only ate white people. That's right. It's called White Meat.
White Meat.
The movie.
The movie. Oh, yeah.
David Dylan Thomas, writer, director, producer. He's going to be here in studio. And not only will you be able to watch White Meat, the movie, right here, courtesy of the Micheaux Mission, but he will be with us to review one of a bad black film that we reviewed years ago.
That I 100% disagree. This should be in May. I'm going along with this.
But we are reviewing it for the first time on YouTube from 1975. The infamous Welcome Home, Brother Charles.
By the legendary Jamal Fanaka.
Yes.
I 100% disagree with this being in May. I'm going along with it. I'm being a good soldier. But let the record show, I'm against this being in May.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see what you say next week here on the Micheaux Mission. Until then, he's Vincent, I'm Len, and in parting we say,
we'll see you when it's time to meet again.